the making of another gentleman's box. As you can tell, the box is already done. This is what the components are going to look like for the interior. These ones still need to be done yet. The two inside planks. And here is the raised panel door, which still yet needs to be hit with the Lichtenberg tongue and groove. And over here, this is my Lichtenberg machine. Here's my adapter. And then there's the other one. This one I still need to use the screw. And these are the two pieces of wood, which are red oak, and those need to be soaked with baking soda water before we begin. So I start my Lichtenberg machine, but before I do, I take the water that you see in this cup, I put it in the microwave for 45 seconds. I then turn around, and this blue spoon, which is just a plastic spoon, and I make a heaping scoop of baking soda, and that is my solution. Next, I'll take this brush, dip it into my solution of baking soda water, apply it to the yolk, trying to be sure to get a good coating of it so that everything is well coated. Trying to keep it even as I do, and just get a good amount. And I'm even going to do the back side. The baking soda solution has a tendency to discolor the wood, almost like a stain. This will help to ensure that everything is uniform in the burn. Now, while that's sitting and soaking in, let's talk a little bit about safety and how to use the Lichtenberg machine. Here, you have a microwave transformer which produces about 20,000 volts of electricity. I have wires that are connected into it, and I have it secured in a box. Many people have died using one of these things, so I want to show you the easiest way to use one. So you get yourself some good cable. Make sure that you have a good connection on both sides. Make sure everything is wrapped and covered. You don't want to touch the box while it's plugged in. Here I have a power strip which is already turned off, and the only thing plugged in is the Lichtenberg machine. I don't plug it in until I'm ready to get started. On the power strip, you'll notice that there is a way to turn it on and off. I use this to turn everything on and off. So next, I have to take, oh, I got some help, come film. So I'm going to take these screws, and my daughter just walked in, so bless her heart, she can help. Here you go. You're going to be focusing in on what I'm doing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little prongs, and I just have screws going through them, making sure that they're gripped in there fairly well. And sometimes you have to monkey around with the cables just to get everything set up right. Notice that there's nothing is plugged in yet, for safety's sake. I make sure that I have both of these, but the cables are really giving me a hard time right at the moment. Once I get everything set up, I'll go ahead and move the box a little closer to where I'm working. Then I'll come over here, I'll plug it in, Now that I plugged it in, it's got power. I'm just going to go over it one more time, giving it a little bit more of the solution. I'm going to apply it to both boards, because hopefully once this gets started, it should go rather quickly. Now, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to see what happens. There it goes. Sometimes the water will soak in to the wood, so you just have to give it a little bit more. Sometimes it's too wet. You just have to find a good balance. Once you do, it'll begin. It does take a little fooling with, because what it really boils down to is the amount of water that you use. It's wanting to start, but it really won't until you get the right, till the water has soaked in. Notice before I touch the prong, I always make sure to turn off the power. There it goes. At this point I start to watch it. If it looks like it's starting to go too deep, then again I'll move the screw. And it's just a simple process, being patient, and just keep moving it around, being sure to turn it off every single time. Once the solution has had a chance to soak in the right amount, this thing will just take off. But right now it's still being a little finicky. There it goes. I try not to let the two touch. So when they look like they're going to touch, I generally will turn it off. At this point, I can see it's drying a little bit. I'm going to flip that board over. And I'm just going to give it just a little bit and try to wipe it in, because the board is starting to soak up the baking soda water. So it should take off rather well. Alright, here we go. When they look like they're going to touch, turn it off. Move to another spot. When they start to touch, that's when you want to turn it off. At this point now, it's ready to be flipped. It's starting to dry, so we'll add just a real quick wipe over with the solution. At this point, you can notice that the wood is starting to change color a little bit. Now we're ready for the next spot. And as the solution soaks in, it really takes nice effect. Now for the other one. Again, you just have to be patient. There it goes. I used to use a 16 gauge wire, but then I found that I generally get better results by using the screw. But unlike most, I don't drive it into the wood, I just simply set it on the top. Looks like it's going too deep. I don't want it to go deep. It's just a decorative outline for the gentleman's box. So you just want to take and watch it. Don't let it burn too deep. If it looks like it's burning too deep, you just move. And sometimes it just likes to be stubborn. There it goes. And when you're done, when it's all done and sanded, it really just looks absolutely beautiful, as you've seen in one of my previous videos. Stay tuned for the next. There'll be another video put out shortly. We'll take and we'll finish this off, and then that will end this one. On the next one, we'll go into doing the finger joints to join all these boards together. And pause. So after you get done doing the sanding and everything and the finger joints, they should come together fairly simply by taking the two pieces and just sliding them in together like so, and they just lock right into place. And then these are going to be wrapped by a board like this, and it's going to sit in there just like that. And then we're going to give this some shape. And that wraps up this video.